Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis.
Bob Marley and the Wailers were abruptly removed from their tour with Sly and the Family Stone, a decision rooted in cultural misunderstandings and stylistic clashes. Sly Stone explained that the Wailers' slower tempos and thick accents left American audiences baffled and disengaged. He asserted that the Wailers were ill-suited for the U.S. crowds at that time, especially following Bunny Wailer's departure from the group. Stone dismissed any notion that his band felt overshadowed, stating bluntly, "They played slow, and they had accents. There was no offense on our part, we simply sent them away." In the 2017 Marley biography So Much Things to Say, Joe Higgs raised a provocative question: how was Bob a threat to Sly Stone? He reflected on the audience's reaction, noting that many claimed they couldn't connect with the Wailers due to their accent and rhythm, asserting, "We weren't happening. And our outfits were inappropriate. We were rebels." Adding to this tension, the drummer of one of the other acts on the bill openly wondered to a member of Sly's band, "What country are those guys from? They look like something out of the Old Testament." This vivid imagery encapsulated the cultural chasm that separated the Wailers from their American peers, highlighting the challenges they faced in breaking through on the mainstream stage. This is the untold story of Bob Marley and Sly and the Family Stone Band, as told by Ras Dennis. In 1973, when Bob Marley and his bandmates set out on their tour across America, the Wailers were barely a blip on the radar for international audiences. Up to that point, UK and US music fans had only experienced Catch a Fire, the band's groundbreaking debut album on Island Records. However, the Wailers were determined to transform their standing and intended to do so by opening for the legendary Sly and the Family Stone. At that time, Sly Stone's band was riding a wave of immense popularity, having dominated the Billboard charts with their iconic album There's a Riot Going On, which soared to #1 in 1971, followed by the critically acclaimed Fresh, which reached #7 in 1973. In retrospect, the pairing of Sly and the Wailers seems like a match made in musical heaven, yet the reality was quite different. This collaboration failed to generate the excitement both bands had envisioned. The struggles faced by Marley and his bandmates became strikingly apparent when they were abruptly removed from Sly and the Family Stone's tour after just a few performances. While some attributed their dismissal to the Wailers upstaging Sly and his band, evidence for this claim remained scant. Instead, many accounts suggest that Sly's audiences simply failed to resonate with Marley and the Wailers. At their opening performance in a Las Vegas hockey arena, many audience members expected to see the old surf rock group known as the Fabulous Wailers, celebrated for their hit instrumental Tall, Cool One. What unfolded instead was a shocking revelation as Marley took the mic to deliver Concrete Jungle. The Wailers' early international tours were not doomed to fail, but they were undoubtedly challenged by significant obstacles. For starters, Bunny Wailer had chosen not to join the band in America, opting out of touring altogether. Yet, the group found formidable support in Joe Higgs, the Jamaican musician who had been a guiding force for the Wailers since their inception. Despite this, tensions between Marley and Peter Tosh, the third original Wailer, simmered beneath the surface, adding to the complex dynamics of the group. Audiences who paid to see Sly and the Family Stone were unsure of what to make of the Wailers. It didn't take long for the band to find themselves stranded in America without any further gigs lined up. As Higgs recounted in Roger Steffen's So Many Things to Say, 2017, the Wailers completed just 5 shows across the country, including performances in Tampa, Lexington, Kentucky, and Denver. After a gig in Las Vegas, the Wailers were left with nothing but their luggage and a pink slip. In Catch a Fire, Stephen White quotes Sly and the Family Stone's manager, who mentioned that Sly didn't appreciate the attention the Wailers were garnering on the tour, leading him to fire the band. However, the evidence does not fully support that claim. Higgs himself noted that the Wailers struggled to connect with audiences. Sly was the in thing at the time, and they were not very interested in reggae. Higgs stated in So Much Things to Say, "The Wailers, Peter Tosh on vocals and lead guitar, Aston Barrett on bass, Earl Lindo on keyboards, and Joe Higgs on vocals and percussion, performed 5 infectiously rhythmic, heavily percussive tunes. Unfortunately, the set list seems to have vanished, but it probably included songs such as Get Up, Stand Up from their next LP, Burnin', which would be released a few days after the show. But the audience was unimpressed. The only real applause that Marley and the Wailers got was when they finished their last number. Sly and the Family Stone performances were known for their electrifying energy, but this particular show took a chaotic turn. After an hour-long wait, Sly and his band finally took the stage. Not long after this performance, Sly made the controversial decision to drop Marley and the Wailers from the tour. They would not return to Washington until April 26, 1976, when they delivered a powerful 75-minute set that included iconic hits like Trenchtown Rock and I Shot the Sheriff. This time, they played to an enthusiastic crowd of over 4,000 at Georgetown University's McDonough Arena, showcasing the undeniable talent and spirit of the band. However, they faced a setback when a third concert was scheduled at the University of Maryland's Cole Field House for September 23, 1980. Despite selling 10,000 tickets, the show was abruptly canceled due to Marley's declining health from cancer. Tragically, he would pass away the following May at just 36 years old, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire. On the other hand, Sly and the Family Stone's newfound fame and success came with numerous challenges. Relationships within the band were deteriorating, particularly between the Stone brothers and Larry Graham. Throughout the 1970s, Sly and other band members frequently missed gigs, refused to perform, or passed out due to drug use, which negatively impacted their live bookings. At many concerts, audiences rioted if the band failed to show up or if Sly left before finishing his set. In January 1975, the band booked a performance at Radio City Music Hall. Unfortunately, the venue was only 1/8 full, and Sly and the group had to scrape together money to return home. Following the engagement at Radio City, the band was dissolved. That's all for this episode, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and leave a positive comment in the section below, and I'll see you again very soon for another important video.
Many thanks for watching Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis.